Hey, hi, hello, how are you? I'm Pia and today I'm going to be doing the Heather's Musical book tag. I was so happy when I saw that this book tag existed because Heather's is my favorite musical and I'm just channeling my inner Heather Chandler. I'm actually filming this on Heather's Day, September 1st, 1989, Dear Diary. So I'm so excited. I have a ton of books here because there are actually a lot of challenges, questions. So without further ado, let's just get into it.
Are we gonna have a problem? You got a bone to pick? You've come so far, why now are you pulling on my dick? I'd normally slap your face off, and everyone here could watch. But I'm feeling nice, here's some advice, listen up, biatch.
For Candy Store, the question is a book you were pressured into reading. Might come as a surprise, but it also might not. And that is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Very pressured into reading this. I mean, it's like everyone's favorite book and I was like, I've never read it. Like I didn't read it when I was a kid, so I started reading it sophomore year. And it's quickly obviously become my favorite. I'm so bad with hyped books and hyped just things. I just never want to like participate in them because I just feel like I'm gonna get let down because the hype is just too high. But the hype is real for Harry Potter. If you haven't read it and you're very pressured into reading it, I'm gonna pressure you some more. You should read it. For fight for me, it is name a book with the best fight scene. I don't know if this one works, but I'm gonna just try. I'm gonna go with City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. Cassandra, ooh, am I British? I don't know. I feel like this had really good like fight scenes and like this book was just so like action packed. So I like honestly like can't tell you about a fight scene, but like I feel like Valentine did something and things happened. That's a spoiler, wow. No, fights were probably had.
Freeze your brain. Suck on that straw, get lost in the pain. Happiness comes when everything numbs. Who needs cocaine? Freeze your brain.
For Freeze Your Brain, name a book that makes all your sad feels go away. And for this one, I'm gonna have to go with Looking for Alaska by John Green. As you can tell, I thoroughly love this book. I know like a lot of people hate it and it's I guess a bad book. Like I can see that. I love it and I just really like it as a book and I think it's great, and I know that a lot of people don't like it, but it's okay because it makes me happy and I love this book so much and I've reread it and I love this book a whole lot. So if you're not super highly critical reader, you'll probably like this because I'm not and I don't give a fuck. I love this book. For Big Fun, the question is name a book you enjoyed more than you thought you would, and for this one I'm going to have to go with The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I heard mixed things about this book, so I kind of had really low expectations and I ended up really loving it. It's just such a unique, interesting story and I loved it a whole lot and a lot more than I thought. For Dead Girl Walking, it is name a book with a great sex scene. Again, I'm kind of stretching it here. And I'm going with All the Bright Places. I really just took this tag as like mention as many of your favorite books as possible, so that's what we're doing. But this is my all-time favorite book, and it does have a sex scene. I mean, it's not like, it's more like a fade to black kind of thing. It's not like it's great, but it has like my favorite characters ever and they have sex, so it's a good time. It's not even like really, yeah, it's not really like a whole scene. It's just kind of like they're gonna do it now.
Dear world, believe it or not, I knew about fear. I knew the way loneliness stung. I hid behind smiles and crazy hot clothes. I learned to kiss boys with my tongue.
That's good.
But oh, the world it held me down. It weighed like a concrete prom queen crown. No one thinks a pretty girl has feelings.
For The Mean inside of me, choose a character that everyone is supposed to hate but you actually love. And this one is so controversial and people always get mad at me that I love him, but I do. I'm gonna go with Snape from the Harry Potter series. I'm just picking up Order of the Phoenix because he's like low-key a good guy in this. So yeah, I've always loved him. I love his sass. He's just so... I don't care if he's a bad guy and you're supposed to not like him because I love him a lot. I don't want to play this song just because it's really inappropriate. Or Blue, a book that left you wanting more. And for that, I'm going to go with Eleanor and Park. I do not talk about this book nearly enough. The ending just kind of was so strange to me because it ended so like, it had the most ambiguous ending. So I was just very left hanging with this book. And if you've read it, you know what I'm talking about.
Raise our city here. Our love is God.
For Our Love is God, it is choose your OTP that could rule the world, and I had to think long and hard about this one because I have many OTPs, but only a few I think could rule the world. And for that, I'm going to have to go with Daughter of Smoke and Bone, Akiva, and Karoo. I think they could totally rule the world. They are a powerful couple, and I love them to bits and pieces. What is this hand? Let's stop doing that.
My boy's a homosexual, and that don't scare me none. I want the world to know I love my dead gay son.
For my dead gay son, it is just to pick a book with LGBTQIAP+ representation, and I chose one of my favorites, and that is Autobiography by Christina Lauren. I loved the male-male romance in here and just the themes and like setting and things, and I really enjoyed the characters a lot. So yeah, this is one of my favorites, and I thought this was a very broad category, so I just went with this one.
We don't choose who lives or dies. Let's be normal. See bad movies. Sneak a beer and watch TV. We'll bake brownies or go bowling. Don't you want a life with me? Can't we be 17?
For 17, choose a character that just wants to live a normal life. Losing Brave by Bailey Madison and Stephanie Miller. Peyton is just trying, well, she's not just trying to, like, she's kind of trying to solve the like mystery of her lost twin sister, but like also she's just kind of trying to like discover herself and like just piece together her memory and like get back to normal.
I float in a boat in a raging black ocean, low in the water and nowhere to go. The tiniest lifeboat with people I know.
For Lifeboat, pick a book with some mental health representation, and the second I think of like Lifeboat book, I had to pick this, and that is It's Kind of a Funny Story by Ned Vizzini. I love this book so much because it has to deal with a lot of depression and getting help, seeking help through professionals, and like suicide prevention and awareness, and I love this book a whole lot. I feel like this is a mental health book that does not get talked enough about on BookTube, but it's very good. It's
I am damaged, far too damaged, but you're not beyond repair. Stick around here, make things better, 'cause you beat me fair and square.
For I Am Damaged, the last question, a character that sacrifices themselves to save something else, and going with The Outsiders. I don't want to spoil this at all, so no spoilers, but crying is how I feel. I feel so sad. I always reread this and I'm like, oh frick, I'm gonna just keep crying about these freaking beautiful people that sacrifice their lives for the well-being of other people, and it's just... Anyways, that's all for this. I need to go eat lunch. This was a fun time. Loved it a whole lot. Comment, like, subscribe, do all of the things, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!